Hello, everybody. We're starting this new seminar, this new webinar. We're going to wait several seconds. Meanwhile, everybody can arrive here and can see this fantastic session. I have to say that is one of my favorite ones. So probably you have seen me in different sessions during these 2 days, during these 24 hours. Most of you are in red eyes, I know, but keep awake because this session is one of my favorite ones. I'm going to introduce very lightly. So we're waiting half a minute, 1 minute. Meanwhile, all the participants are coming from the other parallel sessions from the main stage because I assume that everybody wants to see Cristina and Amalia explaining their amazing story. It's a story that I think that compete to all of us because I think that the problem that they are trying to solve is a problem that everybody has or most of the companies has, and they solve it in a very smart way as only Amalia and Cristina can do, of course. Well, I think that the number of people is stabilizing, so I think that we can start. I'm going to introduce very briefly Cristina and Amalia. Cristina and Amalia are from a company called Idilia that I love this company for many reasons, both the products and the company itself, but I'm going to let them introduce from themselves. But it's part of a very big project in the company that many years ago they started to do lean in manufacturing, very brief, very good, with Joe Marroquet leading probably this transformation. And finally, 1.5 years, 2 years ago, they decided to go to lean office. And how this applies to lean office. In parallel, Cristina and Amalia have some questions, have some requests, and let's see what happens in this amazing story. Please enjoy that.
Hello, everyone. We are Cristina and Amalia, as Ariel have said, and we are both from the marketing department at Idilia Foods. And today we are going to present how we have achieved to cut our go-to-market in half of the time at our company.
Exactly. But first, who is Idilia Foods? We are a Spanish company that manufactures and sells basically chocolate-based products. We have strong brands that are leaders in their respective categories, such as Colacao and Nocilla, and are very loved and iconic brands in Spain, not only because they have excellent products, but also because they turn a daily moment like breakfast into a unique moment full of pleasure. But also because these are brands with a soul, as they have a commitment to families, to society, they involve in social activities, social causes, and even sports, such as the Olympic team for over 50 years. So Idilia is indeed a company with a strong purpose sense. Actually, at Idilia, we aim at creating small moments full of pleasure and positive emotions that nourish people's emotional well-being. And therefore, we are a company that goes beyond its products and brands and tries to have a positive impact in our environment and throughout everything that we do and how we do it.
Yes, but we are a medium-sized company. We are competing with very large multinationals. It's because of that we must take advantage of our size and be very fast and very innovative.
Exactly. That's why we have a very high number of projects to execute every year, around 300 in total, which is almost one per day.
Yeah, and even though we are not doing bad in managing this number of changes, we want it to be better at it. Specifically, we want it to be faster in our go-to-market. And how do we define our go-to-market? It's the time it involves from the go or final okay to a fully developed project defined and approved until we hit the shelves at the retailer's point of sale.
So how do we call this process that involves all the go-to-market steps?
This process at Idilia, it's called PIM, which means Project Implementation Management. So let's see a few examples from less to more complexity. The easiest one is changing a design in a current project. Also, it includes launching a new packaging with an existing formula or a new point of sale display stand, or even an altogether new product, formula, packaging, or even manufactured at a new place. Amalia, what was the approach to achieve this time to market reduction?
Okay, well, in the beginning, this is a very nice story. we tried to solve it by ourselves. Okay, so the first thing that we did was, of course, trying to avoid all the chaotic and unstructured information that went through emails, calls, and chats, and we created a meeting where we expected 54 people to attend. This meeting had to occur every 2 weeks, and well, somehow there was very little improvement, no? So after a while, we decided that we needed to create also a template so that every project leader would share all relevant information in the meeting, no? But still, there was very little improvement. So later we dared, no, to set deadlines to try to speed up each step process, no, and be faster in executing each one of them. But again, can you guess what the result of this was?
Well, let me tell you, it did not work much. People would not attend the meeting. They would ask for the information they needed to the leader or the others whenever they needed it, and just waited for marketing to push them whenever they needed to act. So why actually attend this meeting at all?
So it was not very successful.
No, not much. So at this point, we asked for help to the executive committee, and they proposed to apply Lean and create an A3 for this. This was key because thanks to this, the ExCom explicitly put focus and priority to this project, therefore helping us make all the other departments get involved in it. And also they promoted using Lean, which was a transformative tool in this problem. So this is the A3 we created, and let's start by explaining the context.
Okay, the context and the main issues that we had were that we had a very long lead time, a long go-to-market process that took 6 months. This was also a very long and complex process because it involved over 50 people, over 10 departments. It was an unknown process. Nobody really knew the whole steps that had to be taken. And also, it worked by the marketing team mainly, now pushing for the whole thing to advance. And we decided to focus on the lead time reduction. This was our focus for our initial situation analysis. No? So how did we approach this challenge?
Since we needed to cut the lead time, we started by drawing the value stream map. In order to do so, we needed to set the right team, and we decided to keep 10 key people to account for their departments. The value stream map was key in order to make everyone see the bigger picture, understand the problems that each one had, and express their own struggles. And we finally started to feel like a team. We needed around 6 workshops to make this work, but from this point onwards, the mindset was constructive and positive. And in the end, the value stream map exercise, with this exercise, we discovered several problems. Above all, that our current process was very administrative and sequential. And what do we mean by administrative? A little bit like in a pinball game, where the ball represents the information that is sent around in emails and calls among the teams.
Yeah, after we had drawn the value stream map, we were able to set the specific objective of reducing this lead time from 168 days to 113 days. And in order to reduce this time to market, we needed more in-depth analysis. So we analyzed the steps of the current process and their timing.
The key to do this analysis was the precedence diagram. And what is a precedence diagram? It is a project management chart that represents the project's tasks and shows their length and dependencies between them. Dependencies being the key word. It will let you see which are the real dependencies for the process to flow. For example, let's say we need to make a pizza. We have dough, tomato sauce, and cheese. But do we need the dough on the table to add the tomato sauce? Yes. Could we put the tomato sauce before the dough? No, that would not be a pizza. But can you add the cheese before the tomato sauce? Yes. Maybe it's not your preferred choice, but it would still be a pizza. So, following this method, we started working on our precedence diagram. We needed 4 workshops to write down this diagram, and thanks to this tool, we discovered that we had unnecessary steps in the process. We also had some steps that were linked sequentially unnecessary, as they could have been done in parallel. Also, we had key information that was available from the beginning, but it was introduced very late in the system. Also, we had extra checks for extra security, and at the same time, for a specific and important part of the process, there were no checks, and the owner was not qualified to do properly. And what did we do then with this information?
Okay, so what we did was we took these key findings and of the precedence diagram and analyzed its root cause with the 5 whys tool. So it turned out that with this exercise, we basically found out 2 kinds of root problems. One, that this was an unknown process that operated by push, meaning that the complete process did not exist. It basically consisted of several different mini processes. And 2, that there was this lack of technical knowledge, meaning that as a part of the process was done by a non-qualified agent.
So with these 2 root causes clearly identified, we moved on to working on the countermeasures for this. The first one was creating a new flow based on the precedence diagram that we would run on a new system and modified a little bit who did what, when, and connected all the information for everyone to reach. And second, externalizing some steps that our printers that were the unexpert ones were doing to an expert agency.
But does this externalizing imply an extra cost?
Technically, yes, but we calculated that this was less than the cost of reworking all the designs. So the learning here is that sometimes you take the cheaper or even free option, but if it's not reaching your quality standard, it could end up being even more expensive.
Yeah. This was an interesting learning for us. However, the real challenge was in the new system.
Totally. We needed to establish a hard change on the ways we do things. We wanted the new system to have the knowledge of the process instead of only mastered individually. We wanted the system to know which info was needed, who should provide it, and what to do next, etc. This was a huge change for us, so the new system made it easier to establish a starting point. So yes, this was a big effort countermeasure, but also the one that we needed to solve 80% of the problem.
Okay, so we drew this proposed new system, this new flow. We defined a core team that would lead this new system project, including IT. This was key, and we started working on it. What are the key areas that this new system should cover? First, a control dashboard. So this would allow us to know for the first time in what step is each project and anticipate the problems ahead. 2, integrated information. We wanted the system to be connected to SAP, to other apps, so that it would transmit directly from this all the information and therefore avoid mistakes from copy-pasting this data. And the third, the task management or the task manager part of the system, where the old system would have all steps mapped out, and it would push for the next one automatically and allow everyone to know what he or she needs to do and when.
Then we defined with all of this a timing plan for all of this to happen, and we started working on it. To be honest, we're still finalizing a few of these tasks, but we are really happy with the promising results and are looking really forward to implementing it. Essentially, since with it, we will reach our initial ambition of cutting by half the go-to-market timing. So, in a nutshell, there are some key learnings that we wanted to share with you. First, the importance of setting the right context. With such a big project, the XCOM blessing gave us the permission and the authority to proceed with all the teams. Also, some people took the role of change agents and kept hammering to push for better results along the way, but also the maturity of the culture in terms of openness to change. This wouldn't have happened 5 years ago in this company, but the company has worked in setting new values and behaviors that have allowed us to shake things up. Also, obviously, lean office, to go beyond the obvious, to dig deeper and get more far. And also asking the right questions. We had an external counselor, which was Uriel, who really helped us a lot in this.
Yeah. It was very important also to select the right team and assuring that every key part or key user was represented and that we were creating a solution that would be bulletproof. It also helped a lot during the sessions, help everyone visualize the benefits of this project, how it would improve everyone's daily jobs. No? It really helped unlock some resistance. Since this was a project that required new software, also I would say getting IT involved early on helped them understand the needs deep down and add value to the project from their side. This was really clear also. And finally, the precedence diagram, I would say, is a very powerful tool to put order on very large processes, such as this one, with a lot of people involved.
So this is pretty much it. It has been an honor to have the opportunity to share this with the Lean community today. So thanks, Oriol, and thanks, Lean Institute, for this.
Yeah, no, thanks. It's been an honor also being able to work with Oriol, Severino, and the rest of the team. You've really helped us a lot. It's been a pleasure. So.
And now we would like to give you the opportunity to ask us any questions that you may have.
You're muted, Oriol.
Always doing the wrong thing. So, well, I think that now you have the opportunity to make questions. So I wait for your questions in the question and answers. It's in the bottom of your, let's say, controls. You can make any question to Amalia and Cristina. So I have some questions for you. First, you name it. You have the actual value stream mapping, and then the future value stream mapping. Why you didn't jump to the future value stream mapping? So why you need to make the actual value stream mapping instead of, okay, redesign that, make this precedence diagram that has been fantastic and do the new one? What give you, what was, or why is needed to make the actual value stream mapping, the first value stream mapping?
Well, okay, let's share a little bit more. No? I think, if we would have jumped to the future value stream mapping, we would have omitted a lot of things. It was really key for several reasons. One, to really understand all the areas of problems that we had. It also was key for everyone to share their problems, because some of the problems were hidden for the rest of the team. So it was So it was actually key to build a sense of team, and to set a constructive mood, and to make several problems arise. I think otherwise we would have completely omitted many key findings that later on gave us good clues as to from where to pull to understand on a more profound level what was happening there.
Yes, and as a part of the
Okay,
precedent, what we had was that when we painted the actual value stream map, we imagined just cutting times from the tasks, and that would have been our future value stream map. And the precedence diagram really allowed us to change the order of things and actually show dependencies, real dependencies, not the ones that we had. And that was like the main change.
Yeah, so I think that, as you said, this actual value stream mapping help all the team to understand all the other before starting, to put all the problems. And this is important because I think in something with 56 people, you said, there is a lot of claims, a lot of people just with a lot of, let's say, claims and with a lot of bad feelings. But how to put these claims and these bad feelings in problems, because problems can be solved, but just claims cannot be solved, just crying cannot be solved. So I think it was very good to put that. And then this presence diagram that you, Cristina, was saying, and I think that the example that you put, it was a surprise when I see this example that you put in the slides, because of course people say, no, tomato is the base. You cannot put first the cheese and then the tomato. And they said, no, you actually, you can. Of course, you cannot put the dough after the cheese. But yes, you can put the dough, then the cheese, and then the tomato. No, because this is not a pizza. Yes, we know. And this is actually what happens when you make the presence diagram. They say, yes, we can do it in this way, or we can do it in this way. No, this is impossible. Why? Because this is a pizza. Sorry, because this is a project. No, we can do it. No, because this is not a real pizza. Well, open mind. Why not to put on the at the end? Because if you don't do that, you are never going to invent the pizza calzone. And you invented the pizza calzone for the project. So I think it was magic how Cristina, you conducted all the presents. It was magic. It was magic. Okay, I have some questions. I have one with Marianne. I think it's for you, Amalia. How did you engage the managers?
Well, let me tell you, in the beginning, it was not easy. Because there was a part of this whole great team that was suffering the problem more than the others. So as we explained, initially what we did was go to the ExCom and ask them for help, right? But what they said is, you don't need our help, you need Lean, but you will do it yourselves, okay? So that's fine, because they gave us the tools to do it, but we had to engage the managers anyways. It's true that we had been working on the environment, on the context in terms of openness, as Uriel was saying, in the culture of the company for the past years, and this already helped. But then a lot of work had to be done for engaging these managers during the workshops. Sometimes individually, but basically during the workshops, where what we did was try to allow them the space to share their own struggles, to make them relevant for the team, and try to really get this in the construction of the project. No? Little by little, everyone got involved, the managers involved, because they understood that their own problems and were part of this bigger problem, and that by working together, we would really make everyone's life easier. And that this was an issue for the whole for all the people. So there was a lot of friction among teams. So, because this is a very complex but daily process. So once they understood that this would really alleviate this daily job and tasks, they were pretty much on the team, on board. Yeah.
I remember that. Then another question. Okay, you need to improve this process. You have a previous workflow. Do you think that you will have achieved success without the direction from the management to say, focus on Lean? Do you think that you are going to achieve the same level of success without this direction from the management that said, go to Lean? This is a question from Idakos.
No,
Definitely no.
absolutely not. I mean, we tried for a while, to do without Lean, and we weren't really improving much. Yes, we did improve a little bit, I would say, but because but people, okay, the main issue was that we were not able to make this interesting for the people, for the rest. So they wouldn't, I mean, just setting a meeting and wait for everyone to attend just because it is useful for you doesn't really, it's not enough, no? So when we started applying Lean, it changed it completely, because we moved on to relevant problem for the whole organization, the approach was different. And we created a team, a smaller team. So with the key users, not everyone, made it more manageable as well. This was really important. And it's different, leading with 54 people rather than with 10 people. It's very different. And then it completely changed drastically. The improvement gap was a lot more. So I personally, I think we wouldn't have been able to do it.
And well, and this is a question that I never did to you, but you were part of the first wave of Lean in the headquarters, in Idilia headquarters. So imagine that you have a problem. Okay, we want to improve this workflow, and they say, no, we're not going to help you, but just the opposite. I'm going to give you more work. You're going to be part of the first wave of Lean, okay? How you receive that? How was when they say, okay, you are going to make more work, let's say. You are going to participate in Lean, so you're going to make some number of meetings, you have to follow a strange methodology. How was your thinking on that? How you received that?
At first, it was really new, everything for all of us. So we really wanted to find the time to work on it because the pain was so much in our daily work that we really wanted the change. We trusted on Lean and on Real, obviously for a successful change. And we always saw like the future of Lean could really make this better. So we wanted like to give our best on it to achieve it.
Yeah. Personally, for me, it was really exciting. I mean, I was really looking forward to learn a way to, to solve problems from a different perspective. And I agree. The struggles were so big that there's a lot of motivation there to do things differently if you want to expect a different result. So.
But I suspect that at the very beginning it was just faith to say someone, Jauma, Ruben, say, okay, we're going to do that, and for sure we're going to solve that. So let's put faith on that, more work, try to lead a project in something that I don't know. So I remember Amalia saying, okay, I'm going to lead that. And what do you expect to do? What was your aha moment when you said, okay, yes, this probably could work? When was your aha moment?
Absolutely.
Precedence diagram, we keep talking about it, and it was definitely a key tool for us. We've said it many times during the presentation, but it really allowed us to see things differently, and it allowed us to change the process and how things are done. Because if not, as I have said, we would have thought of cutting times for the tasks, but we didn't go further and try to change the whole thing. So painting the precedence diagram was really the aha moment.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
okay. And now we just have 1 minute. So you were an early adopters, and you were the early leaders on this movement in the Idilia headquarters. How you deal with the other colleagues, how you deal with the other mates that probably they were not in the same level of engaging faith, on how do you did that?
I mean, honestly, people had the willingness to improve, to alleviate these problems. So a lot of patience, yes, but with ambition and patience, because of course, and assertivity. It's important to listen to the needs of everyone, but also keep pushing for the change and help them visualize that there could be a better way of doing things, no, for everyone. So
also in selecting the key agents, knowing how people are here, we know people, selecting them, like the profiles that that they have ambition, they accept change.
Exactly.
So,
okay. Well, we are arriving to the end. Now it's time to finish. Thank you very much for being here. for me, it's an honor because I have been working in many organizations, an organization like Idilia. For me, I always told you, we make just 2 days ago a Lean Day in Idilia, which was amazing. And I always tell you, so I enjoy a lot because I learn, and with you, I learn a lot. And also, I work in a lot of places, and I know a lot of lean leaders. And the maturity of you as lean leaders with other people that have been years and years on the journey is amazing. So to have this conversation with you today, it's a really honor. So keep working, and thank you very much. And see
Thank
you
you.
soon. See you
Thank you
soon.
very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
There is
you.
a lot of questions still, but contact them with LinkedIn or with any way because probably they will answer you. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.